Erica Mendez, the voice of Haruka Tenno, aka Sailor Uranus. It was actually for a voice match project there's a series on a specific channel. I don't know if I can name specifics, but it's for Pac-Man. So I got to do a voice match for Pac-Man, and that was my first my very first professional in-studio gig, which was really interesting because how many people get to say they're the voice of such an iconic, video game character. So that was really interesting, I thought. For me, I like to get myself pumped up and awake because usually my sessions are in the morning. I like to listen to the theme song of the show that I'm recording for. I like a song that really speaks to me from the show. So I'll do that, and I'll sing or hum, sing if I know the words, or just hum it if I don't. And that warms me up a little bit too. That's hard. I've played a lot of ones that I've either known about beforehand or I haven't known about and kind of grow to love. But some of the most memorable ones, I think, are right now, Gon in Hunter x Hunter is quickly becoming one of my favorites, I think, because he's so upbeat and happy even in some of the worst situations, but he also lets himself be afraid, which is, I like really well-rounded characters, and I think he's one of those, and it's becoming one of my favorite projects. Any character really where I get to display a good amount of emotion, because it makes me feel like I'm growing as an actor. So anything that really challenges me, I really enjoy, because it makes me feel like I'm growing, that I can grow with that character. Yeah, it was. She was actually really challenging because she's one of the deepest voice characters I've ever done. And I've never played a character so cool and really just so sure of themselves. So I really enjoyed playing Haruka, and she's definitely one of the more memorable ones, I think. Because I've always been a really big fan of cartoons and video games. So kind of once I realized that there are people who do voices for these characters, it was like, oh man, that's such a cool job. I bet that would be so fun. And, I did it as a hobby for a little while before I realized that I really wanted to do this and, get paid to do it. And I never thought that it would actually happen. So when it did, it's still really surreal to me that I'm doing this. And I've been doing a lot of really high profile shows and video games, and it's just the biggest dream come true, and I really enjoy it, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. My favorite word? It's really random and difficult to think of. The word that's popping into my brain right now is anti-disestablishmentarianism. It's a fun one. Moist. It's such a gross word. Yeah, it just makes me feel icky. I really like when I feel like I'm making a difference, and I'm doing something for people, making them happy, or getting them inspired to be creative, and that I think inspiring others, I guess, is probably going to be my answer for that, because it just feels very, very, it's a good feeling when you feel like you can inspire somebody the way somebody else inspired you. So it kind of helps me want to do better and keep growing. Seeing pompous people, I think, people that they're not very humble in what they do and kind of just do it for selfish reasons, I guess. Just because of where I come from, I feel like, like I said, I like to inspire people. So when people just kind of do it because it's oh, it's a paycheck, I feel like why are you doing it if it's just a paycheck? I feel
Oh,
like
let me
you should
come in
do it.
there.